What's going on, guys? Shawnee Salami. I hope you're having a wonderful day because I got a good video for you. We're going to be doing Falmire. It was a really fun one. A lot of high level players in this one, which made it like really cool because I feel like the last few games that I've put up, it wasn't really too many high levels in each lobby. So this one was a fun one to get back on track and just have a really good game and feel confident about how we played against them. Now, we start off with the heavy mace getting off to a hot start. And if you didn't notice, I switched up my cosmetics. Now that they have that bug, which I hope they keep, with the black armor, I really like how this horned helmet kind of thing looks with it. So yeah, that was pretty cool. It comes with the King's Edition. And before we get in the gameplay, just a reminder, the Discord will be in the pinned comment. I hope you guys join. It's been really cool. No fighting or anything. It's just been awesome and wholesome. And it's a good way to get into the community. I love every single one of you, even the lurkers. You know, I always got to tell you guys this. You know how I feel. I appreciate it. And now how about we get into the gameplay? It was pretty funny to see that we're a few minutes in now, or maybe just a minute. They haven't gotten a single cage. I don't know what that's about because it was a pretty evenly spaced out team by levels. So kind of funny to see that. Now we get that anime showdown with this guy coming face to face. And he does get back up. We'll see if we can get this done. I stubbornly keep going for the jab on this guy. I don't know what that was about. Alright, so this guy, I see that Danex throw coming from a mile away. So I do underestimate him here. I think because of that, he's not going to be that good. But turns out I was completely wrong. We get in a really good fight here. He's countering every single overhead, so I know this is going to be trouble when I'm already low health, and he does win. Credit to him, the better man won. Great fight. You don't often see me lose these in 64-player lobbies, so great job by him to get that done. Watching this back in real time, I didn't notice this. Because I've been using the longsword so much and you want to stab almost completely as your main attack. So what I'm doing that's a big mistake is one of my drags are off. I don't know what I'm doing, like I'm delaying them a little too much before, like instead of making them look slow the whole time. That one was pretty good though. And let's be real, I'm using way too many of these in heavy attacks in general, which isn't a bet. I kind of troll that guy and say thank you after he downs his teammate. And I also make the mistake of too many heavy swings, which isn't a bad play when you're using the heavy mace because then it swings through crowds instead of hit stopping. But I'm really just using that way too much. You see me do it again there. And it's kind of a big mistake that's leaving me open to a lot of attacks. And once again, if you guys can leave me comments to let me know if you prefer this fade transition instead of fast forwarding, I would really appreciate it because I think now that you guys know I'm not hiding any kills or deaths, I think it's the better call and looks more natural. It also cuts down the video length, so I think it's good all around, but let me know what you guys think. And here, I accidentally pick up a javelin when I'm picking up a teammate, so I switched to my sword because I don't want to level up the javelin. Gotta keep those range levels level 1 because we don't use those on this channel, ever. Now, instead of running a second ago, we decide to die as a warrior. That's what you gotta do. You don't want to look like a loser and run away. Once again, just too many heavy swings. I'm relying a little too much on them, which is not only leaving me open to attack, it's also predictable. And if you see good players, like there's a lot of high levels in this lobby, you know they're going to pick up on that and they're not going to keep falling for it. So it's a huge mistake I'm making. Like, look how many I'm doing. I do think it's because I've been using the longsword so much and that... I lost my train of thought here. That I think... I'm just not used to having access to good drags, so now I'm addicted to them. I was completely clueless to the fact that they were getting the other gate, like on the other opposite side of me. And then I fall down, I don't wait for the forward spawn, I just suicide. I forget if that was on purpose or not, but I figured just respawn. Now, something of note about the heavy mace is that it really doesn't have a lot of weaknesses besides the hit stop. Like every attack you want to use, be it drags, light attacks, overheads, they're all good. It's kind of like the two-handed hammer, how I've talked about that. It's just uglier, it doesn't look as cool, but it's the same weapon but better, excuse me, in every way. No fights here, but I want to show off this total Chad play by this guy. He jumps on top of the barricades and gets the objective done, freeing the last peasant from the cage. So great job by him, and we will go onto the bridge now. And if you've never seen a Falmire video I've done before, this is what you want to do. If you run back to the bridge, you will not be able to get through because it's spike trapped up by the map, not engineers. So you want to hide there and take a forward. So not sure if this is a viewer or someone who's just seen me a lot before. They start beg emoting at me, and we have a lot of fun emoting. If you're out there, I don't want to use your name just because I don't know if people feel about shoutouts, but join the Discord and let's team up, man, because that was fun. And I also ran into them in the game after this. A lot of fun, and I love the emoting in this game, the wholesome moments. And now, this is when I want a heavy swing with the heavy mace, and that's because there are so many people around. Number one would have been better to have better positioning, but it's a good call there to use the heavy mace, heavy swing, just because you're not getting hit stopped. And what is that white trail thing? Just classic Torn Banner bugs. I mean, sorry, features. This would have been cool to fight this guy at full health because we're using the same weapon, and we also are two high-level players that I noticed he is, but he does get the better of me, to be fair, but it would have been cool to have that, like, one-on-one down there. But great job by him securing the kill. And now we move on using the greatsword because I've gone completely cold with the heavy mace. Greatsword is something I've been really rusty with, but I think I was in this one, if I remember correctly, as well, before I switched it up again. Here we do get on a 2-on-1, and someone comes to help us. I believe we do come out on top here, but I do want to get back into the greatsword. I had two good recent videos with it, but they were a little dated. They're from a little while ago. And here I didn't die or anything, but it was a long walk back to the bridge up here because I also had to answer a text. Not gonna... Actually, I didn't die. I was going to say not going to leave out the death, but we do manage to survive. And here I'm going to go for a heal, and I'm convinced I'm going to get killed by an archer, but it doesn't happen, and we get back to the bandage cart. Now, I must have issues with balance because once again we fall down. He goes for the kick. Those often don't work on me unless I'm fighting multiple people. And we get the job done. And now, yet again, we're going to walk back. The greatsword just wasn't swinging today, so you know what time it is. That's the longsword. Old reliable. I always go back to this if I've gone cold just because it's my best weapon. I'd be curious to hear if you guys do something similar. Like, do you have an old reliable weapon, your comfort weapon that you use? And I'm starting to get to the point where I'm enjoying it so much. I almost want to be one of those one-trick ponies that only uses one weapon, but I know that's not as exciting for you guys. I really hope you don't mind if this is going to be in a lot of videos because I've just been... It's the main weapon I've been using if I'm not recording. So it may be a recurring theme a little bit of me using that. But now we are going to defend the gate. And let's get into these final few objectives. Solid bunch of kills here. We get rewarded for surviving down there, and we fight our way back up. And I don't know how I survived that maul swing. That was very odd because I should have been dead. And we get back to the gate, and we're supporting the team, proper positioning. We are rewarded for that. Skipping ahead because that's like a 30-second walk back. We want to go get the gate down, but we see a dumb archer. Nothing better than an archer kill, even better than the objective. So we do delay the objective to go kill that archer because he just left himself wide open. And I don't call any players dumb besides archers. They are fair game. And that is just a juicy kill we get there. And it's getting tough because they did get a lot of the prison open right off the gate. We're going to do our best to stick on this as much as we can. We're objective players on this channel, obviously. But this one's going to be tough because they were starting to roll us a little bit at the end of the bridge. And I felt like my team was kind of falling apart a little bit. Let's see if we get it done. Really cool multi-fight, team fight, whatever you want to call it. We're fighting by this hole. I keep getting worried about falling in. These guys are doing a good job of being off to the side, so I can still get those stabs in, and they're not body blocking me, so that was cool. And this is where a third person comes in handy, because we do see the Executioner Axe guy flanking. Get rid of him, that guy backs up on the fire, and we live to fight another day. Now, clearly I was wrong. That was my thought process that they are falling apart. But we have a good group of guys that are in the very back as a last line of defense. So what I do is I want to push up and kill people that are coming forward and kind of keep them at bay. And then I could always fall back, or if I die, be that last line of defense with them. It seemed to work really well, this whole idea. Another archer kill. You love to see this. And now we're going to pretend I didn't just get killed by a Christmas present. Didn't happen. Coming down to it now, they're getting some stronger pushes in, and some guys are doing some suicide runs to get the gate down, but we're able to catch that while two guys have them distracted. Get it done, and then I go on autopilot and just run in between two weapons. Very cool few kills here. I think it's a triple kill, and the Halo guy's in my head going triple kill, like he always does when I get some kills. I grew up on Halo 2. That is always makes me laugh when that happens, and we get attacked from behind but are able to get that guy, stay alive, and we're gonna fall back like all the way to these to the, what do you call it, the cranks, because It's going to come down to the wire. I know one last push is coming, and we want to make sure that those are going to be down. We're not going to worry about any kind of kills. Most important part of the video here, so we're going to hype up the boys because they did great. Battle cry as we walk through the battlefield. They do it back. Great job by this team. Awesome job. So as the team leader in kills and all that, I hyped the boys up. And I'm going to put some related videos up for you guys because I've started using these end cards. In particular, I have a greatest hits with some of my best kill or best games and best videos, in my opinion, the ones that were the most fun. I'd really appreciate if you guys check those out. Have a good one and see you tomorrow. Love you all.